Hello, good morning, guys. Today we're talking about how to know whether you're entitled to pension and how and when you can withdraw the pension fund. So, basically, a pension is a regular payment made during a person's lifetime from an investment fund or account to which that person or the employer contributed during their time as an active member of the labor force or the workforce. And in Nigeria, there is what we call the Pension Reform Act of 2014, PRA actually, which governs the framework and procedure for pensions. So, of course, I've been making references to that and all of that during the period. So, some people work in companies, firms, and all of that, so they really don't know if they are entitled to a pension. If you are entitled to a pension, usually at the end of the month or within a period of time, you will receive a lot in your pension account, but you can't access it yet. But the first thing you should try to understand, pension is like a savings ahead of retirement. When you get to retire from work, you won't be earning salary. So the government wants to force you to save so that you won't be a liability on the government or on anyone when you eventually retire. So the monies you can withdraw, you decide to invest it or use it to do anything for that matter. Now, how do you know whether you're entitled to pension in the first place? Number one, if you're a worker working in the public sector, right, you're working for the government, then these pension contributions are mandatory. There's no two ways about it. You must have a pension plan. Then two, if you're a worker in a private company and the private company has over 15 workers, then these contributions are mandatory. So if you work in a private company and just two workers, now the 15 workers we're talking about, 15 actual workers, not casual workers or just temporary workers, 15 actual workers. Then if you are a worker in a private company with less than 3 workers, or you are self-employed, then you are entitled to participate in the scheme subject to pension commission guidelines. All right. Now, however, if you are a worker in a private company with more than 3 workers and less than 15 workers, unfortunately, the law is silent on your status. But that doesn't mean you can't save. You can be saving your money somewhere. All right. So now, the monies you contribute as pension. So it's a contributory scheme. The government it's about 18% minimum of your monthly pay. So 18% is of your monthly pay is what is contributed monthly into your pension funds, into your pension account. Now, um, at least 8% is contributed by you, then 10% is contributed by your employer, right? Now, the fact that is what the law says does not mean you can't do more than that. So you can tell your employer to take out 20% from your monthly pay and save it for you in your pensions fund. You on your own can say, okay, you know what, my own contribution to the 18%, make it 50%. So but the minimum is 18% of your monthly pay. So the employee, that is you're meant to, if you are an employee listening to this, you're meant to choose a pension fund administrator to manage your pension. So the monies gotten from your pension, your contributions, they are usually invested into mutual funds, treasury bills, buying shares in different companies, so that your money is not just sitting down there, it is growing. Then at the end of the period, you get your pension and whatever interest that accrues to it. Now, how can you finally access your pension? Well, the first thing you should know is that employees are not allowed to access the retirement savings account, that's your pension, until they retire or attain the age of 50 years, whichever is later. So, it's either when you retire or you get to the age of 50 years, whichever is later. So, if you retire at 35, you cannot access the account until you are 50 years. And if you're 55 years and you're still working, you cannot access the account until you retire. Sounds unfortunate, but that's just it. They want to help you save your money. So upon retirement, the individual is able to utilize the amount credited to his retirement savings account for the following benefits. You can withdraw a lump sum from the total amount, provided that the amount left after the lump sum is sufficient to procure a programmed fund withdrawals or annuity for life. All right. You can also decide to